Okay, let me open first of all my live myself to see your comments. Um, Chandra, sir, now we are now. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Ahmed. So, as we already promised, I already promised with you to go for 7 to 8 p.m. very regular every day. Whether to whether to my existing students or previous students, whoever it may be, doubt clarification sessions on Companies Act 2013. Along with the doubt clarification session, I would like to start with teaching also, but as far as the phone connection is concerned, I'm only visible to you when I am making a video live with the phone. There is no possibility to share my screen. I think screencasting is there with the phone, but on screen I'm not having any material. But today's session just only for the practical purposes only. I'm seeing testing today what extent I'm able to interact with the students uninterruptedly, how good it is to participate with them. Okay, let me see how it is on. To look on the screen. Okay. My voice is resounding. Chandra, was it been fixed now? I think now it is clear. I think so. FIFA World Cup. Hi. See, this live is meant for my students to get the clarity over the topic that we have covered already in the classroom. And in case if you are the student, okay, stay on, or else maybe this is not the right place for you. It's not at all an entertainment or some meant for some other discussions. It is only meant for CMA Inter Companies Act. We have done a few chapters with the Companies Act, and we are not having time to interact with the students to get the clarity over their doubts. Because of that reason only, I am here to clarify the doubts. Okay, very regularly we will meet in this way, and surely I will get in touch with you for the doubt clarifications and all. In case of any doubt, if you are having, could you please leave me in a comment. Then I'll respond to you. Actually, as far as the syllabus is concerned, you are having 13 volumes. 13 big volumes. The first volume goes to the legal system of India. We haven't discussed it. Indian Contract Act is there. Sale of Goods Act, Negotiable Instruments Act, and Indian Partnership Act and Limited Liability Partnership Act. All these acts you have already in your CMA foundation as well as a CA foundation course also. And because of that reason only, we started straight away with the 12th volume, which is a corporate laws, which is the Companies Act 2013, and having the weightage is the 40% weightage. The section 122 subsection 4. Section 122 subsection 4. Let me see what the section 100. See, section 122 subsection 4 we have already discussed when in the classroom itself, but okay, you're asking me to go for section 122 subsection 4 of the Companies Act. Let me see that section in particular, and I'll answer to you. Section 122 subsection 4. See, section 122 subsection 4 discusses about the flexibility to a one-person company, because one-person company is having only one person and there is no other person is there in the company. And regarding the filing issues or concern, section 122 subsection 4 gives a flexibility in normal company resolutions, ordinary or special resolutions required general meetings of the shareholders, and recording the minutes in the general meetings. All these are the what we call it as formalities in case of it is a public limited company or a private limited company. Regarding one-person company, because only one person is there in that company, there is no such a meeting requirement. Need not to hold an annual general meeting, need not to hold maintain any minutes book. In case if the one person who is the single member in that company, if he specifies and signs on the minutes book and dated on the minutes book, it is assumed, it will be presumed that on that particular day, one person company had done with the meeting. That is enough. Section 122 subsection 4 says that in case of the one person signs on a document as the minutes, that should be taken as the minutes, and the date appearing on the document will be treated as the date of meeting. That's all. That is 122 subsection 4 here. Who is it? Sachit Chandra. Only 5 persons are participating. Sachit Chandra or students, in case if you like the what we call it as live, it may reach to some others also who are not our students. Maybe let them also get benefit of our discussions. So we have completed one-person company also in the classroom, and this is purely, sir, not for any commercial reasons. Because of the busy schedule that we are having, I'm not able to spend much time, not at least a few minutes of the time, either before the class or after the class. Because of that reason only, just to make myself access to the students more, I'm taking this session. Okay, could you please come with some other doubts in case if you have. And from tomorrow onwards, by using the PC and OBS software, I will go for explanation of entire act also, day by day, topic by topic, in case if you are not able to concentrate or you haven't attended the classroom class, then it will be kept as a record also, because all the recorded videos will be there in YouTube permanently forever. I'm not getting how many students are watching now. Let me see here. 6 persons are watching. Himanshu Suthar. He said hi. Okay, hi. Is my voice is clear? Please make a comment. Is my voice is clear? And the commonly asking questions from the introductory part and from the classification of the companies, you are not going to ask very simple questions here. The commonly asking area is articles of association. How or the what is the articles of association of a private company? Because articles of association of a private company is different from articles of association of a public company. Can anyone explain me, or at least give me a message, like a comment, what the main difference in between the articles of a public company and articles of a private company? The main difference in the articles of private company and public company, articles of private company will have 4 conditions. What are those 4 conditions? The first condition is there is a restriction, not prohibition. There is a restriction on the transferability of the shares, because the maximum number of members allowed for a private company is only 200. We have already discussed on that day in our classroom. For example, in case if the private company is already having 199 members already, there is a space for a single member. In that case, for example, X is there, X is having 100 shares, and now he wants to dispose of his shares in favor of some other Y. If Y alone taken the shares, then X will exit from the company, Y enters into the company. So 199 remains still 199. Hence it is acceptable. The board of the directors will also okay with the transfer. But assume in case Mr. X is selling his shares, 40 shares to Y, 40 shares to Z, and 20 shares to some other, because X is having 100 shares. He is moving out. 199 minus 1. One person is moving out. Only one vacancy is there. That means that comes 198. But the shares held by Mr. X is going to be purchased by 3 persons. Where these 3 persons are added, 198 plus 3 persons, it comes around 201, which exceeds the maximum number of members, which is the maximum cap to the company. In that case, the board of the directors may not allow such a transfer. This is the restriction. That is the condition number 1. Condition number 2. This is the prohibition, not restriction. As you are a private company, you are not supposed to issue the shares to the public. Invitation to the public is not at all possible. That is the second condition. And the third condition comes around, you are not supposed to gather the public deposits also. Are you getting the topic, sir? So those four conditions will be there in articles of association of a private company. Those four conditions will not appear, will not be there in the public company's articles. That is the main difference in between the articles of association of a public company, articles of association of a private company. Most times asking questions, the difference in between the private company and a public company. And later on the fundamental issues, sometimes I have seen in the CMA interpaper also, what is the producer's company? Because it is a peculiar nature. We haven't come across, even in your CA foundation, you are having a company law, and there itself also you are having types of the companies, but you will be covered with the government company, foreign company, likewise companies, but you haven't covered with the producer company in CA foundation. But what do you mean by the producer company? Here the producer company means a company which is meant for the farmers' welfare under the corporate structure. My system is having a problem. Let me restore the live again. One student is only watching now. Please put in front of me in case of any glitches are there, when any problem is there, or the way that we are discussing here. Yes, Mr. Sutar answered me. MOA, Memorandum of Association, means is a principal document, whereas the Articles of Association contains rules and regulations regarding the company's administration. Sutar, you are really well done, well said, Mr. Sutar. And now I am having only 2 persons are watching. Maybe let me discuss with you tomorrow. Now it is 4. Hi, Sutar. So the concept of Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association we haven't completed yet in the classroom. The first comer to the chat is Mr. Chandra. Okay, let me discuss with you the other area where you will be asked most of the questions. So types of companies, regarding the types of companies, another marks prone area. That means you will get the very much of marks in holding and subsidiary company. Just I think yesterday or before, day before yesterday, we have discussed regarding the holding and subsidiary company. Can anyone says what Sutar is saying? A bit lag. I think it is a technical glitch here. We will overcome it over a period of time by adding some other stuff also. That means gadgets or something that will be called as a latency problem. Okay, let me discuss with you what do you mean by holding and subsidiary company. Holding company means a company which controls another company. Holding company means a company which controls another company, and the subsidiary company means a company which will be controlled by other company. This is the main difference in between the holding company as well as the subsidiary company. And here the holding and subsidiary status will be decided in 2 formats. That means in 2 methods. One is by shareholding, the other one is the composition of the board of the directors of companies. By way of the shareholding, in case, say for example, XYZ company is there. XYZ company is having 60% of the shareholding in ABC Limited company. Let me come from ABC Limited Company. ABC Limited Company is doing its business with 100 rupees. Assume like this. Out of this 100 rupees of ABC Limited Company, XYZ Limited Company invested 60 rupees or 70 rupees, whatever it may be. More than 51% of the shareholding will be treated as the holding capacity. Now, XYZ is holding 60% of the shareholding in ABC Limited Company. Hence, which one is the holding company and which one is the subsidiary company? The holding company is the XYZ Limited because it is having more share in the ABC Limited. Now, subsidiary company is the ABC Limited. And for example, in ABC Limited Company, majority of the board of the directors of ABC Limited Company is there in the XYZ company. In that case also, XYZ company controls the ABC company's decisions. So in these two parameters, in these two ways, holding and subsidiary capacities will be decided. And somebody are saying, hi sir, thank you. XYZ is the holding. Yes. Suttar is continuously following me and answering me. That is only the participation, sir. When you are participating a bit more, it makes me enthusiastic to interact with you very regularly. Is there any particular doubt to anyone who are watching right now, who are there online? I think 6 students I'm getting. Of course, I didn't expect at least a 6 or 7 or 4, now 4. No issues, count is not the matter. The consistency is the matter. So we have discussed two areas where the questions will be more for the introductory part. One is out of the types of the companies, one is the holding and subsidiary companies. You will get more marks on that topic. The other one is the difference in between the private company and public company. Articles of association makes that difference. Next on basics, I already shared with you in this chat itself. Producer company is also very important. Okay, Suttar is saying that, sir, we are all clear about the holding company and subsidiary company. Yes, you are clear. I know that we have discussed in detail, but okay, let me make the things clear. I just suggesting you to and insisting on the matters of holding and subsidiary company to go for a detailed discussion, because as far as the examination point of view concerned, it is also very important, it gives much and more marks in that area, because all other types of the companies are very easier to remember. And go with associate company also. Associate company and holding company resembles the same, sir, but associate company is different, because holding and subsidiary decides the shareholding 51% or more, whereas the associate company is only 20%. In case of the associate company, the word that they will use in text, significant influence. If your company is having significant influence on the decisions of another company, this company will be treated as an associate company. As you remember that one, associate company, we have already seen by way of what we call it as, I prepared the pictorial representation also, that we have seen. What do you mean by associate company? Associate company means having significant influence. Yes, Suttar. Significant influence is different from majority shareholding. Majority shareholding makes a company as a holding company. Significant influence company makes a company as an associate company. And thereafter we have discussed small company. Sometimes it will be asked what company and what are the privileges available to a small company. So all these are the matters which one can easily understand and remember and recall also. But difficult with holding and subsidiary company, and we have discussed that one topic, very important topic. right? Subsidiary of another subsidiary, also subsidiary to the holding company. Based on this also, you will be asked questions, sir. We will modify this program in a manner which is very helpful, sir, in the upcoming sessions. But regularly from 7 to 8, I will definitely available to the students online. Need not to, I mean, only just because of Sutar for small company. Yes, turnover must be less than 40 crores. And the paid up share capital is also, there is a cap for the paid up share capital also, Sutar. Comment in case if you are able to. And just by your identity, that means what we call it as your ID only, I'm calling the names. You need not to mention the name. You need not to mention from where you are logged in, from where you are chatting also. Like in class. In class also, I never ask your name. I never ask from where you are. Yeah, Sutar. Turnover should exceed 40 crores and maximum of 100 crores for the small company. Yes, Sutar. Once if the threshold, maximum threshold is crossed, the company, small company will never be treated as a small company. It must have to be converted either into a private company or a public company. What about the remaining students? Remaining is only 3 persons are there. Of course, no issues. Even if I didn't get even a single student also, but from 7 to 8, definitely by discussing very important points, that to examination point of view. And from next session onwards, I will extend the discussion regarding how to present these questions in the question paper also. I will read the question, answer the same online itself. If possible, I will share my screen also. There are 3 steps that I have already shared with you, 4 steps. The first one is the facts of the case. The second one is the provision must have to be discussed. The third one is the comparison in between the facts and the provision. Later it is the conclusion. Likewise, we will discuss in future also every day with from 7 to 8 without failure, because it's a leisure and you may also feel very leisure at that point of time. Ahmad is asking, sir, can you explain selection of name for the company? See, selection of the name is tricky, Ahmad. We are not supposed to name our company as we like. We must have to make an application to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs by paying the prescribed fees. They will specify this much of the fees for the private company, this much of the fees for the public company, for OPC company, this is the fees. So we have to pay that fees, and thereafter we have to choose a name of the company. For example, Ahmed, I have choose a name like Mahatma Gandhi Private Limited. Here, Mahatma Gandhi Private Limited is not going to be accepted by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as our company's name. Why? Because there is an act, Emblems, Names and Emblems Act. The Names and Emblems Act should not allow the private persons to name their organizations, their businesses, their companies with patriotic persons, famous persons like Gandhi and some others, with the rulers like President of India or President Medal or something. Likewise, you are not supposed to name your company. It must be as per the rules. That is the first one. In case if you choose that name, Mahatma Gandhi Private Limited or Nehru Private Limited, likewise, it will be treated as an undesirable name. And the other one is, in case if the name that you opted uh, either identical to an existing company's name or nearly identical to the existing company name. For example, sir, a hotel is there running in the name of Amalodbhavi. Amalodbhavi. Quite opposite to the hotel or in the nearest vicinity, someone is going to start a hotel in the name of New Amalodbhavi. See, here Amalodbhavi is their original name, which is carrying on its business since long back. But the new guy is starting with a New Amalodbhavi or Amalodbhavi Deluxe. Likewise, just he is suffixing or prefixing a small word and he is using the same name of the existing business. In that case, it should also be treated as a undesirable name. Hence, by keeping in mind all of these parameters, you must have to opt your name. Once if the name is approved, within 30 days, you have to adopt the name. Adoption of the name means you have to file articles of association and memorandum of association by using that name allowed by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as your company's name. That must have to be the good practice. One must have to follow, or else the name will automatically expires. And in case if the name again you want to keep live, again you have to pay some fees to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs by explaining the reasons why you are not supposed to, or why you are failed to opt the name within that allowed period, because 30 days was already being given by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs to adopt the name, but you haven't started your company with that name, then you have to pay extended fees to keep your opted name in your favor. That is what you have to do. I think Ahmed asked me a question, and I think Ahmed is not there online. I think so. Ahmed, are you there? Ahmed, Khaza Ahmed. Okay, after selecting the name, you have to prepare articles of association and memorandum of association, all these things. Okay, Ahmed. Okay, Ahmed, I'm seeing you. Sir, I'm here. You are saying I'm here. Okay. Let me ask a feedback, overall feedback, how it is going on. Maybe because of the first time that I'm on live, I'm also feeling some nervous. But from tomorrow onwards, I'll be clean with our chart. I will be clean with the discussion over the topics that you ask online. Is there any other doubt regarding the completed syllabus? Ahmad and Sotar, could you please answer me in case if I start the topics also to discuss here in the live chat, how it whether it is good or bad in case if I start from the beginning discussing over the topics also. For example, we may have, what do you mean by the company, what is the definition of the company, what are the characteristics of the company, what is the certificate of incorporation, who will issue, how will issue, what the date of the certificate of the incorporation. In case topic wise, if I discuss here without sticking on Srinath is searching in book for doubt. Srinath, do it. It makes you to read the content also, so it is helpful to you. It would be a quick revision. Yes, Ahmad. Like revision marathon. Likewise, we will plan together. Without going detailed explanation, very concise, precise explanation. I think it is already 7:45. We started by 7:15, I think so. What's the overall feedback, Ahmad and Sutar? Srinath, didn't you get any doubt up to now? Still, are you searching searching in book for the doubt? Ahmad said, "Good sir." For what, Mister? For what good? Srinath is asking me explain in brief regarding the fundamental rights. Srinath, stick on to the topic, Srinath, because we are discussing about the Companies Act and not for the fundamental rights or on Indian Constitution, Srinath, because it dilutes, it makes, I mean, it takes other way in case if we go for the discussion on Indian Constitution, fundamental rights, fundamental duties, because we have to stick on to our topics. We are here to grasp, to gather the marks only for CMA and CA students. Why we need to go for the fundamental rights, Mr. Srinath? Suthar is asking from tomorrow, explain about the shareholder and its rights and duties. Suthar, you are asking me to skip for the formation of company and company establishment and asking to move to jump to the topic, to that particular topic, formation, shareholder and the rights of the shareholders. Am I right, Suthar? Who is the shareholder, Suthar, as per your knowledge? 4 are watching, 5 are watching, 1 is added. And better to, I think, like, yeah, just 3 persons liked our my entire session. I already consumed 45 minutes of my time, my leisure time with you. But I having only 3 likes. Of course, no issues, whether liked or not liked. Interaction with you is more happy to me. Somebody answer me, what do you mean by shareholder? Srinath is asking me, sir, explain about association not for the profits. Yes, Mr. Srinath, that company will be treated as a Section 8 company, Srinath. Section 8 company is a company which will be licensed under Section 8. In case of it is a private or public company, Section 8 license will not be granted, Srinath. And the purpose and objective of Section 8 company is not for the profit. The company itself, the name itself indicates it is not for the profit. It is for the purpose of encouragement and giving services in the area of education or medical, art, science, culture, religion purposes. So whenever the company is having some income, that company must have to spend that income or the surplus for the objectives only. For example, Srinath. If a private company or a public company earns profit, it will distribute that profit among their shareholders as the dividend. But Section 8 company cannot do so. If it did, or if it distributes the profit to their shareholders, it is a violation of the rule, and Section 8 license will be revoked by the central government in case if the central government finds any such a mistake. Here, my purpose of explaining this is the Section 8 company must have to stick on to the purpose for which it was created. The surplus amount, the available funds must have to spend by Section 8 company only for its objectives. Sutar is saying shareholder means who contributes to capital. Yes, absolutely, Mr. Sutar. And Ahmad is saying, sir, the shareholder is the one who holds those shares and thereby owns a part of the company. Sir, part of the company is not a correct word. Part of the shareholding out of the total share of total share capital of the company is okay. And of course, Ahmad is also right because he will be treated as one of the shareholders. Srinath, did you get the clarity over what do you mean by Section 8 company and purpose of Section 8 company? Do you have any particular doubt on that? I'm not looking at the camera of mobile from where I'm going on live. I'm looking at my desktop where I'm seeing your comments. Sutar is asking me, am I correct, sir? Yes, Sutar, you are right. Regarding shareholder, what you answered me is absolutely right. Shareholder means who contributes to the capital of the company. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Now I'm going to suspend. I'm now going to disconnect this live. I think I spent a good amount of time to clear your doubts, and this will be continued, sir. In case if you write something on the paper or if you write something on the chat area, in the comment section, if you ask me to correct the same, I'm ready to discuss with you because it is a leisure time for both all of us. In case if we spend like this every day on matters, very helpful. Thank you guys. Thanks for honoring my word, joining with my live. We'll meet again in the next live, 7 p.m. sharp every day.